On this lesson, we'll go over string and math library. Let's learn about Lua's string library. We will go over string functions that will be needed regularly for programming IoT. To start, make a new file. Create a global variable named text with the value welcome to IoT4E. As such, a value of variable is not limited to numbers. It can be a string of text. The first string function we'll go over is the find function. Next, write string.find text 2. There is string in front of find because find is a built-in method in the string library. Method is what defines the behavior of objects, the variable and value inside the parentheses. And library is a collection of code for the programming language that can be called and used from the applicable language. The first parameter on the line we wrote is the variable text that we just declared, and the next parameter is a string value. String is just a data type in the programming that represents values that are not just numbers like text or combination of text and numbers. Now let's put them into the print function to check the output and execute. In the output console, it has two values, a 9 and a 10. Unlike most programming languages, Lua counts number from 1 instead of 0. So when you count to 9 and 10th number of the string value of the variable text, it'll be letter T and O. So what find function does is it finds the match of the string value indicated in the second parameter from the first parameter. For example, in our case, it found the value 2 from the string value welcome to IoT4E. Now let's remove the print statement and assign the string.find function to variable a and b. This is doable because string.find returns two values, start and end location. Then print a and b and execute. This will show the same result as before, as all we did was assign the exact same find function that we printed earlier to a and b and print a and b. Change the second parameter to IoT and execute again. We received 12 and 14 because the string IoT takes the 12th to 14th position of welcome to IoT4E. Let's try to search for something that is not in the variable text. Change the second parameter to world and execute. In this case, a and b will be nil since there was no matching string in the text. If you want to search for space, we can use the format string %s. %s inside quotation marks is the constant that represents space. Once we change the second parameter to %s and execute, you will see that we get 2 8s. As you have noticed, find function looks for first instance only, so it did not carry the value 11 for the second space. The second string function we will go over is the length function. Let's change the second line of the code as shown. We will create a variable called len and assign string.len of the variable text as its value. Then change the print function to print the variable len and execute. We receive the value 16. 16 is the entire length of the stored string value in text. Keep in mind that when counting length, it counts spaces as well. Next function is called the lower function. Let's change the function from len to lower by changing string.len to string.lower. When you execute the code, you will see that all letters have changed to the lowercase. Similarly, there is an upper function. Change string.lower to string.upper and execute the code again. This does the opposite of lower and change every letter to the uppercase. Next is the reverse function. Change string.upper to string.reverse and execute the code. As obvious as it sounds, reverse function reverses the order of characters in the string. We will continue with string and math library on the next lesson. If you have any questions, please let us know on the Q&A board. Thank you.